Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Number 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This can be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is just a tool. It's not the final rule. So let's keep an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really, truly, actually, really want to see what's up. Okay, all are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated. Collective, we're starting off with the Six of Cups, and as you see, this beautiful small child has this flower and handing it to an adult. This is the energy of some kind of untapped potential that you may have, collective. This is the energy of possibly some kind of ability, some kind of gift or skill that you have. Maybe when you were younger, you were complimented on this gift or this skill. Maybe people told you, family and friends, you're great at this. Maybe you should seek this as a profession. But this could have been something that maybe you brushed off or you were just not that quite interested. We all are born with many talents and many skills. And sometimes just because other people feel that this is a bright idea, we're just not interested. And that is perfectly fine. But this energy here is the energy of someone, your inner child, is trying to signal you, your higher self, your inner child is trying to signal you and give you a message that there's some kind of skill, gift, or ability that you have that can be utilized. And it could create possibly some kind of stream of income for you, some kind of, I'm hearing a fun hobby, something to help you have fun time or release some kind of tension, help you with some kind of build your skills, something with building your skills or your abilities to create your creative skills. This skill that you have, if you were to tap into it, and only you know what gift or skill that you have or have had it as a child. This is very specific that you no longer do. Okay. You could also be someone, maybe you were a hairdresser. Maybe you stopped doing hair. Okay. Maybe you got frustrated with the clients. Okay. Doing hair is a wonderful thing. It can be very plentiful for you, but every hairdresser knows that it has its ups and downs. Okay. Just like doing nails. Okay. It can be plentiful. You can make money from it, but it has its moments. Okay. So I'm picking up those are just a few, but it could be any kind of skill, okay? You could be a mechanic. You could be someone who does home improvement, a tattoo artist, a great cook, a barber, okay? Someone who does makeups, an eyelash tech. You could be someone who does just about anything. You could be a seamstress, okay? Someone who knows how to make clothes, a designer. You were very creative. There's some kind of gift that you had that you kind of pushed to the side, and Spirit wants to get your attention about this gift and saying, hey, don't forget, if you choose to, you have free will. It doesn't mean you have to necessarily take interest in this gift or hobby if you're really not interested and you're not interested. It's not like you're going to be punished, okay? But it's a message for someone. Spirit is basically saying, hey, don't forget about what you used to do. So I'm picking up the energy of someone who could be possibly bored. Okay, you could be saying that you're bored, or you could be saying that you want something different to do as a hobby. Okay, so you may be someone that's not looking to make extra stream of income. I mean, well, everyone loves money, but you're not hyper focused on money. You're doing pretty well, but this is a skill that could lead to that. Okay. Yeah, with the Hierophant here, Spirit is trying to communicate with you. Your ancestors are trying to communicate with you as well and let you know, if you choose, that this could lead to something very lucrative for you, something that could be very successful for you. Okay. Maybe you're someone who knows how to cut hair, and you never took it quite serious. Maybe you cut your hair, or people and friends of the family members, but it could actually turn into something where you end up building a clientele and making a name for yourself. Someone makes jewelry as well. I'm picking up someone could make jewelry, okay? And so we have the King of Swords energy here. The King of Swords energy here is, having the courage to stand in your power. And so maybe you did not have the confidence to take that skill and turn it into something lucrative or positive for you when you were younger, or if this wasn't when you were a child, this could be maybe something several years ago, collective, that you were very good at, and you just never took it to the heights of where it could have been. Okay. I think I mentioned cooking. Someone's a great cook. Maybe people compliment your cooking. Maybe you wanted to start some kind of catering business or sell dinners or food, and maybe you thought about it, but you never quite acted on it. Okay. Spirit is saying there's no time like the present. Okay. And so with teacher here, and so this energy here, as you see, this lady has these tarot cards in front of her. You could be someone who's seeking advice on whether or not to pursue these skills or this gift that you have, on whether or not you should move forward with it. And so this is your confirmation as you're looking at this read here. There's no time like the present. You don't have to go back and forth in your mind. Okay. There's nothing wrong with giving it a try. At least you know that you have tried if it's something that interests you. Okay. Spirit is saying start where you are. Someone is worried about having supplies. Start where you are. You take one step, Spirit will take another step for you. You'd be very surprised when you remain optimistic and your intentions are pure on your mission, and the things that you desire or you feel that you need. Something about someone feels they don't have the right supplies or the right tools to move forward. Those things will appear on your path. You could just be out and about running errands and hear someone talking about how they're cleaning out their basement and they're throwing away tools, or they got some supplies that you could use. This could be anything. This could be cooking supplies. This could be supplies to cut hair, clippers. This could be something for nails. Maybe you're a nail tech. This could be all kind of things. Maybe you're a chef. Maybe you're looking for a certain blender. I don't know. Different kind of tools, and whatever your profession is that you feel you may need. These things will appear. Spirit is saying magically appear on your path. They want you to remain optimistic. And if this is something you want to do, they're just saying for you to just take the initiative, to take the first step, and the rest will come into the fold slowly but surely as you move forward. You take the initiative. You're sending out the signal to magnetize, collective. My favorite word is, the right energy towards you, so that those items will be provided. Okay. That's what Spirit is saying. Those items will be provided with the Three of Pentacles. Someone may gather to also give a donation. I'm picking up for someone who's going to pick up that skill or hobby. And there are a group of people, or maybe two people, who are going to maybe take up a collection or gather some things they feel you might need, and they may donate to you. Okay. All right. Yeah. Someone may make a donation to you. Or like I said, someone's going to hear of someone cleaning out their basement or just throwing some things out, and the things they're getting rid of is actually not trash. It's going to be treasure. You're going to be like, I could use that. And they're going to be like, well, come and get it. It's yours. Well, how much you want for it? Nothing. It's free 99. Yes, that's how God works. That's how God works. Okay. Okay. And so you're someone who you are desiring change in your life. You're desiring to have new experiences, give yourself options with the Ten of Swords here. You're ready to close out whatever is going on with you currently. This could be a love relationship, something romantically. This could be your career, or this could be your social connections overall. There is an energy in your life, collective, at this time that is it's kind of drab. Okay. It's boring you, as I mentioned earlier, and you're looking for something new. You're looking to do something new, create something new. And that's where that Six of Cups, this past energy, is coming in, reminding you of the gifts and the skills and the talents that you have. And, signaling you to go ahead and move forward. This is a wonderful time to take on a new skill or a new hobby. Okay. Rather than being focused on the negativity of everyday life, focusing what's on social media with celebrities and the television, being hyper focused on what ifs and, and gaining anxiety from watching these low vibrational things that are projected onto us that are out of our control. Spirit is saying this is a good time for you to put your energy elsewhere. And the reason that you are growing bored with the people and connections around you, because it's time for you to move forward. It's like you have outgrown that space, collective. You've outgrown it, okay? And so, yes, the Queen of Pentacles, this is what you are desiring. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with wanting more in life. There's nothing more with having dreams and, goals or aspirations, or wanting more money, a bigger home. Maybe you want to travel as well. And I'm picking up, you want to give your children options. You could have maybe 2 to 3 children, or maybe 5 children, but you want to give your family options and opportunity, and you're willing to do the work. You're not just asking for something, but you're trying to brainstorm. And so I'm picking up the energy of someone in reflection mode. You're not asking anyone to give you anything. You're actually, you're in a thinker pose. You're in a thinker pose. You're trying to figure it out, and that is okay. All right. So this message is one of your confirmations that, yes, the sun is ready to shine on you. And this is a high card in tarot. This is a very positive card here, that things are ready to bloom and blossom for you. So that gift, that skill, that hobby that you had in the past, maybe it didn't work out for you then, but this is a new day. And there's no time like the present to trust and believe and get started. If it's advertising that needs to be done, Spirit is saying, go ahead and do that. Prioritize your time and what needs to be done. If you need to get your name out there, there's many media sites, when it comes to advertising, just make a list, and put your name out there, whatever skill you do, and let people see your work. If there's some kind of artwork that you do, post it online. Someone's a great painter as well, a great artist. Okay. Post those paintings. Okay. And so, yes, those seeds, that you planted, you were born with these gifts and these hobbies, and, God doesn't make any mistakes, and you weren't given these gifts for you to sit on them, or to perish from planet Earth without sharing them. So share your work, show your work, be seen, take up space. Okay, take up space. The world is a big, beautiful place. And never mind what the person to the left or right is doing, collective. What are you doing? When you look in the mirror each and every day, are you doing something that will help you have a better tomorrow? Are you doing something that makes you feel confident and fulfilled? Okay. So, you want to plant seeds that are fruitful and not fruitless. Make sure your intentions are pure, but this is the perfect time. And don't let anyone try to distract you with what's going on in the economy. Yes, we see things are happening, but in the meantime, in between time, life goes on, and we must continue to live our life. We can't allow distractions to stop us, because there's an overflow of joy, new love, favor, opportunity, prosperity. All that you desire is coming out of this cup here. That's an overflow. More than enough. So much so, this person like, wait a minute, I gotta tip some of this out here. This cup is a little heavy. Let me give some to Mother Earth. Let me pour some out. Let me do a little libation here, okay? And so, with me saying that, maybe you need to do some libations. Maybe you need to go into council with your ancestors or your spirit team as well, okay? Yes, as I was saying, don't allow the distractions with the devil energy here to disturb you. And even if you don't have any gifts or skills and you're watching this read, and you may say, I don't have any. Look, darling, we all are born with gifts and skills, and it's okay if you don't know what it is yet. Okay. So just communicate with source, and those things will come to you, but you must pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities, that are around you in awakened state as well as dream state. But with this Capricorn energy, this devil energy here, this is just an energy of maybe people, places, and things trying to distract you, trying to disturb you, make you feel or think that this isn't the right time, for you to pick up that paintbrush or put those flyers out there, or let them know, you're doing nails 2 for 1 on Fridays for school students, or I don't know, that just come from somewhere. Maybe someone does nails or something watching this, and maybe you were going to do a 2 for 1 special, maybe a one-time thing just to build your clientele, or maybe certain times of the month to build your clientele. Okay, that came up for some reason. So you have a lot of great ideas, collective, but you're You're thinking about them, then you push them to the side, or you're writing them down, then you push them to the side. So dust that notebook off. Dust those thoughts off with the Six of Pentacles, and make sure you're keeping things well balanced. As you see the scales here, make sure you're keeping your energy balanced by pouring into yourself. You're not just put here to work, go to sleep, eat, work, go to sleep, eat. There is more than what meets the two eyes, and there's always more going on behind the curtain. But are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to not make excuses or allow those distractions to get in your way? Because those distractions will arrive in different ways. It could be a coworker, a friend, a family member. It could be a spouse. It could be one of your children. Don't allow things to annoy you. It's okay to, have your moments where you're not in the mood, but don't allow people, places, or things to disturb you and to the point where you're not able to handle your business. That's for someone who needs to hear that, okay? So the Three of Cups here, is saying it's time to gather your thoughts. These are three people gathered, but Spirit wants you to gather your thoughts. This reading is clearly about focusing on thyself and pouring into yourself. Self-investment. Balance again with the Two of Cups. Loving yourself, okay? Okay, it's okay to date. It's okay to live your life, but don't forget to make sure that you're pouring into you. You want to make sure that you're doing things that will be sustainable to your soul. Okay. Everlasting. Okay. Now I'm hearing relationships come and go. Okay. Someone needs to hear that. Okay. Okay. So you're done with the Five of Pentacles. You could be a dog lover, but you're done with feeling like you're left out of the loop. You're done with observing others live their best life and be happy and successful, and you're not. Okay. So very beautiful here. Beautiful. And so also, picking up this gift or this skill that you push to the side will also put you into an awakening, okay, where you're going to come into a lot of other gifts and abilities that you have. You're going to have a lot of clarity. You could be receiving a lot of downloads, okay, a lot of information. So write them down. If you're having vivid dreams, make sure you're keeping a dream journal as well and recording those as well. A lot of answers that we seek are constantly being given to us. The answers are being given to us, but we have to pay attention. We give our currency to everything else outside of us. But, when the divine is communicating with you, make sure that you're paying attention to the messages and the answers that are being given to you. Okay. So, yeah, the Five of Wands. Okay. You're trying to figure it out. You're in reflection mode. That's reflection mode there. Because you want to change your world. As I was saying earlier, you're someone you want to give yourself and your children, if you are a parent, whether you are or not, options and opportunities, but you're looking to do things to change your world. You want to explore. You want to travel, maybe put your kids, relocate to another neighborhood, go to a Pacific school, give them opportunity and access, okay? And so something about this gift that keep having me repeated, that's going to bring you a stream of income. But this is something, whatever this is something that you like doing and you're very good at it. And you've also been complimented your entire life or quite often on whatever this is. Okay. All right. You could do hair as well. Maybe you are a hair braider. So Spirit is saying, prepare to be courageous and go on an adventure. Okay. An adventure. Prepare to be courageous. So basically, with the prepare to be courageous, Spirit is saying, whatever may have hindered you, or maybe you had people in the past, maybe speaking against your skill, your gift, your hobby, or maybe critiquing your work, okay? Maybe you're a hairdresser, maybe families and friends, maybe, collective don't know how to do hair, or you could be a caterer. Oh, the collective don't know how to cook. Maybe you had people around you who were just negative. And so Spirit is saying you have free will. You are an adult, and you don't have to have those people around you. You don't even have to involve the negative people in your life. The best thing you can do is when people show you who they are, leave them where they are. You don't have to be confrontational. You don't have to, stress out, raise your blood pressure over anything, simply just leave them where they are. Okay. because it's time for you to step into your leadership abilities, okay? All right. So you're doing well, taking care of yourself, being independent, but you are thirsting. You are I'm hearing quench thirst. You're ready to do more. Whoever you are, you're ready to do more. You're just trying to figure out what direction to go in. You know, you could have several skills or hobbies. Spirit is saying just pick one, okay? Pick one. Be easy on yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, and be patient. You know, it takes time. It takes time to build anything. With the Fool here, you know, this represents having courage, okay? And so sometimes, well, not sometimes, well, you know, when you're working on progress and being successful in life, you know, people will be opinionated in life, period, even no matter what you do. It's part of the path, it's part of your mission. So Spirit wants you to become you know, you got to have tough skin, become oblivious actually to the naysayers and the negative energy, people who try to distract you, people who want to critique you and tell you, you know, your work isn't good, you're not good enough, you don't fit in. All of that is just distractions to make you feel irritated to the point where you just say, you know, well, forget it, I just ain't gonna do it. You know, there's an energy, you know, present always trying to distract you, you know, especially the old you, you know. I call it the residue. You know, as you move forward, it wants to pull you back because the new energy that you're stepping in is unfamiliar, you know. And it wants to give you a bunch of reasons or a bunch of, I call it 101 inferior thoughts may run through your mind telling you why you can't do something or why you shouldn't, you know. So be mindful, you know, thoughts become things of where your thoughts go while you're building and creating. You want to make sure you're maintaining your frequency and you're staying positive. And collective, you have free will, whomever you are, to do what you want. But it is very, very important what I'm about to say, to make sure that you are around like-minded energy. Now, I understand that sometimes we can't control everyone that's in our environment. Like there may be some people on the job that you like, you know, if this ninja say one more thing, I'm gonna have to smack up, you know, but make sure, you know, if you like peace, make sure you're around peaceful people. If you like being positive, make sure you're around positive people. If you're a go-getter and you're building, make sure you're around other people who are building. You want to be mindful of being around haters, jealous people, insecure people, and be mindful of people who want to attach themselves to you to basically pry into your life, just to try to dismantle. That's coming up here. Be careful with that because there are people who will pretend to have an interest in you, collective. They will pretend like they're interested in what you're saying, what you have going on. But in actuality, they want to get close to you to like see your blueprint and try to dismantle what you have going on. Now, this doesn't mean that you're afraid of anything or you're in fear. This is just about using your wisdom, using your intelligence to just be able to recognize and identify, because everyone is not for you. And just because they come with a smile and a handshake or a hug, as I always say, don't let it fool you. People will cling to you to get to know you, basically want to know all your business, what you're doing. You know, when you go to sleep, do you lay on your stomach or your back, you know, and they want to come into your life to really try to dismantle your peace, dismantle your joy. So be careful with that. I'm picking up on the energy of someone trying to do that, or people coming at you as you're building the success, as you're becoming, you know, more and more enlightened, as your spiritual connection is gaining more momentum and increasing with the divine or with source, whatever your belief system is. All are welcome on this channel. There are going to be people who are going to try you. They're going to present themselves with a smile. They may even pretend like they have something to give you, like they can help you. But there's nothing that anyone outside of you can give you. Everything that is necessary or required is within you. Okay, you're already protected, and the divine will always provide for you. So be careful, because people will approach you and try to come, male or female, like they're trying to be a helping hand, and you don't want to be disappointed and find out that they are actually the unhelping hand. Yeah, I have a reading called The Unhelping Hand. You need to go in my archives and listen to it. Be careful. That is something that happens. People will present themselves like they are the Ten of Pentacles when actuality, they want to come into your life to dismantle your Ten of Pentacles. They want to dismantle the beautiful smile on her face and the beautiful, let's see, that's a dog that she's holding. They want to come and dismantle your joy. So be careful with that. And you can point these out by simply, who is this person? What do they have going on for them? What is their conversation? And don't allow anyone to force themselves on you either. People will try to cling just to dismantle. Folks are being used, being used. Sometimes I feel, they do know, and then sometimes they may not know, but folks, have different energies and spirit attachments going on. And so don't allow it. Feel free to tell a person no, none of your business, no, and none of your business. Yeah, but keep your next moves, your best moves to yourself, okay? Because there's a lot of unhappy folk, okay? And I'm picking up that you're going to actually pursue one of these gifts or skills that you have, and it's going to have you like these. And people are going to see your joy. They're going to see your happiness. They're going to see maybe that new home, that new car you're going to buy. You're going to be dressing different. You're going to be making moves. It's different for everybody watching. Okay. So take what resonates. This is not a personal read, but you're going to be making moves. People are going to see it's going to make them feel some kind of way. And for folks who don't have access to you or they can't enjoy or get a piece of the pie, that's when the jealousy and the envy kicks in. Yeah, those words are something we don't like to talk about or mention, but it happens. Unfortunately, um, folks be feeling that way. Once you're tapping in, you're preparing to tap in, and you're going to be shining. Okay, so this message here is not a coincidence. This is confirmation that somebody you're wondering and reflecting. Should I pick them clippers up? Should I go and start tattooing again? Should I go ahead and start working on houses again? Yes, you should. And start advertising and promoting. Yeah, nothing is cheesy. Nothing is silly. Put your name out there. Put your name out there. Advertise. Put your work out there. Be seen. Take up space. You're put here to share your gifts. Yeah, confirmation. This is the thumbs up emoji from the universe. Confirmation. Show your gifts. Okay? And I'm also picking up, you may be someone who either you have someone around you who have some kind of talent that they choose to sit on. That's their business. That you're not them, they're not you. That's their business. Okay. So you don't need permission to be great. And Spirit is saying, no, it is not too late. It is not too late. So you don't want to break your own heart by wondering, and have the shoulda, woulda, coulda theory. I wonder what my life would have been if I would have just gave myself a chance, focused on me instead of that, unhealthy relationship, focused on me instead of my gossiping friends and family, focused on me instead of trolling social media, yeah. So focus on you. You see, Eight of Pentacles. She is getting to the bag. She is busy working head down. Okay. And so, you don't have to stress about it, but make sure that, you're working towards this gift or this business. Okay. Someone wants to sell clothes online. That's a wonderful idea. Okay. That is very popular. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people want to see, at one point, the Nine of Wands is representing perseverance. People knew you when you weren't, at your highest point, but now they're about to see you at a high point. Okay. They knew you maybe when you were at a lower point in your life, and it's okay because everyone experienced it. It's called the shadow side. It's called learning and growing here on planet Earth. Okay. And so you've overcame those things. And then on top of that, you're about to tap into your gifts. Like, what? You don't need security, collector. Somebody's going to be extremely wealthy, like wealthy here. Money, honey, financial comfort. Okay. Yeah, it's like going in the store and not turning over the tag. Going in the store to shop and not turning over the tag because you don't need to know what it costs. All you know is that you want it and you're about to go pay for it. That type ish. Okay. And so now that you have your clarity with the Ace of Swords, you have your clarity. You've seen this read. This is not a coincidence. This is your confirmation to go ahead and get started. This is a wonderful time to pursue your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, start that business. This is a wonderful time to get your name out there. Let yourself be seen. You know, if you're an artist as well, you sing, dance. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, the industry is this and that, or you're not going to be seen. Pay that no attention. Go ahead and post and upload and join those talent competitions and go to those auditions and be seen. Okay. So you now have clarity. You've received confirmation, not a coincidence, to get started. There's no time like the present. Later.